and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to teach you how to make this crocheted messy bun ponytail beanie, whatever you want to call it. I am going to show you exactly how to do it, and this is super easy to modify. This is with the thinner yarn. I also am going to show you the slightly bulkier yarn and also the super chunky one. The pattern is the same no matter what kind of yarn you choose, so I'm going to walk you through all of that. The links for all my social media and my blog, which is where the written instructions will be, melaniekaham.com, are going to be linked down below in the description box. All of the details can be found there. The exact yarn I'm using, the hook sizes, all of that stuff is always found in the description box. You can hit show more under the video and that will open up. I can't tell you how many requests that I've gotten to make this hat, so I've been working the last couple days to try to get this to you as quickly as possible. So let's just jump right in. I'm going to show you how to make this hat. All right, everyone, here's what you need to get started. We need our yarn. You need the crochet hook that coordinates with whatever yarn you choose. So this yarn is actually a 6, but it's a smaller size 6, so I'm going to go ahead and use that one for this and use the crochet hook that it recommends on the package. The other thing that I want you to do is have a tape measure and measure around your head, because we're going to be making this hat based on measurements rather than stitch count. So I will have a chart down below of common head sizes. Mine is 21.5 inches, so that's what I'm going to be going off of. If you're making this as a gift, you can use the chart for standard sizes. And because we have this ribbing down here, there is some give and some stretch to the hat. Also, I have this needle out just to show you, you will need that for finishing your ends at the end of your project. So let's start with a slip knot. You're going to hold your working end, and the working end is basically the strand that's attached to your ball of yarn. Wrap it around 2 or 3 fingers and pull the free end through. And you're going to insert your hook. Then you can pull on that free end to tighten it down to your hook. Now, using the working yarn, we are going to chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we are going to start single crocheting. So we're going to skip this one because this is going to be our turning chain, and then we are going to single crochet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches. So 5 is going to be the magic number for this cuff. We're going to start with our cuff and work our way up. So you can see here, this is the cuff we're going to start with, and then we're going to work our way this way. So the cuff will be made first. So we need to single crochet. So we're going to insert our hook here, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, 2 loops. Insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, 2 loops. Okay, we're going to do that all the way down. You should have a total of 5 stitches. Now this is going to be the width of your cuff going this way. This is a thinner yarn, so it's a little bit smaller cuff. So if you would like to make it a little bit smaller, that is totally fine. It will not mess up the hat pattern at all. I'm going to keep mine this size, but if you would like to go down 1 stitch and make it a little bit thinner, you totally can. Now we're going to chain 1, flip our work, and now we're going to do the same single crochet going all the way across, but we're only going to do it in the back loop. So if we look at the top of our stitches here, we have this V shape, and we're only going to be inserting our hook into the back loop. Okay, so remember we need 5 stitches, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's all of where we're going to be inserting our hook here. So we don't put it in this stitch, that's the turning chain. It's going to go here. So insert your hook. And we're going to do that all the way down, just in the back loop for every stitch. Single crochet. you can double check yourself by making sure you have 5 stitches once you reach the end. Okay, now we're going to chain 1, flip our work, and now we're going to do single crochet regular. So not in the back loop, we're going to alternate the ribbing effect. Okay, so it's just going to be on the front side that we have the ribbing. So now we're kind of along the back side, and we just do a regular single crochet. Double check yourself, make sure you have 5, chain 1, flip our work, and now we're at the side with the ribbing, so now we need to do our back loop only again. So back loop, single crochet. Okay, so you're basically going to continue along this manner, alternating whether you're doing regular single crochet or a back loop single crochet. Make sure you have 5 stitches going across, or if you've modified that, whatever number you've chosen. So here's our ribbing. The back is plain. So that's how you'll know, if you get lost, that's how you'll know what you need to be doing on that row. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make this as long as that measurement. So my measurement is 21.5. So I'm going to keep going until my strip or my cuff is 21.5 inches long. So go ahead and continue going in this way until you have reached your desired size. Okay, so here is my cuff, and you can see I've actually made mine slightly smaller because it does have this yarn has a good amount of stretch to it. So I tried it on my own head, and this is the size that I want it to be. So especially with these thicker yarns, they tend to grow on you a little bit, like they tend to kind of expand out. So really, before you continue on, try it on your own head, kind of like see how much stretch there is, sort of work with it, and then remeasure it, and make sure that it's the proper size before you continue. So once you have the proper size of your cuff, you can see here I ended here, but I'm actually going to flip this so that my yarn is here on the right sides together. The ridges are on the outside edge, and I want this side of the cuff to be the edge of my hat, and this side to be the part that extends up into the remainder of the hat going up. Okay, so if that matters to you, make sure that you take into the consideration now. So what we're going to do is, because we're going to work from right to left, insert your hook into the stitch and then into the foundation chain. Yarn over, pull through all of those, and then pull through the loop on your hook. That's a slip stitch. So then we're going to continue that. Insert into the stitch, back into the foundation chain, because this was the beginning of it, and slip stitch. Here's the last one. So you can see that kind of naturally creates another ridge, that slip stitch line. So now we are good. We're going to chain 1. And then now we're going to single crochet going all the way around. But before you continue, I want you to check and make sure that this fits your head. So now we need to single crochet going all the way around. And where our ridge is, we did another stitch on the back side, right? So it was like ridge, then a back stitch, ridge, and then along the back side. So we need to do 1 single crochet at the end of each one of those rows. So here we can start. Insert our hook, and we're going to do single crochets. So it's back stitch along the ridge. At the end of the ridge, we want to do a single crochet stitch. So let's see, we did one at the end of the ridge, and we need to do one that we did on the back side. That's just to make sure that we're not increasing any of our stitches, that we keep our hat sizing right. So there was the stitch at the end of the ridge, and then this guy here. So that's just sort of how I think about it. But moral of the story is to make sure that at the end of each row you have one single crochet. And the idea behind that is we want our hat to continue going straight up. We don't want any of the stitches creating the hat going out this direction or coming in this direction yet. We're going to have it come up later on. But for right now, we just need it to stay straight. So that's the idea behind it. So I want you to single crochet in each stitch going all the way around, and I will meet you back here at the beginning. Okay, so now you want to finish up going that first round with the single crochet. Now you want to make sure that there's no rippling. So put your cuff down and make sure that there's no rippling happening or that there is pulling, right? We want to make sure that everything's laying nice and flat. So here's how mine is looking. And if this is for you, at many different stages along the way, I want you to try it on and just make sure that everything is still fitting you properly. That way you don't finish the hat and try it on and then something went wrong along the way. So if it's for you, even if it's not for you, it still is sort of a good judge. All right, so let's finish up the single crochet. All right, so here's that first stitch. So we're gonna slip stitch to finish out the round, chain one, and now I want you to double crochet in every stitch going all the way around. Okay, so let's pump up the lighting here so I make sure you guys can see everything, okay? And starting in each stitch, we're gonna double crochet, which is yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, 2 loops, yarn over, 2 loops. Okay, so let's do that again. Yarn over, insert your hook into that next single crochet, 2 loops, 2 loops. All right, let me show you a little bit closer. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, 2 loops, and 2 loops. Two loops. Now you're going to do this double crochet in each stitch going all the way around, and I will meet you back here to show you how to finish up that round. All right, here we are finishing up this round of double crochet. All right, so we're going to finish this up. And the great thing about this hat pattern is that you can modify it with whatever type of yarn you like, because we're doing it based on measurement and not based on stitch count. So it makes it really easy to modify. So I'm gonna explain that in just a minute and show you some of the different samples that I made and show you how you can pick different types of yarn. Not everybody might want a yarn this chunky, so I can help you out with that. All right, so once we get back to the beginning here, we are going to slip stitch the round together and chain one again, just like we did before. All right, so here we are back to the beginning. Slip stitch to finish out that round. Can chain one and double crochet all the way around again. All right. Now I want you to double crochet going all the way around, and this is how it should be. You should not have stitches looking like they're increasing and going out or coming in. It needs to be straight up and down. Now once your hat reaches about 5 inches, then you know you are done. So I've got about another 2 rows of double crochet to go in order to reach the 5-inch mark. This is a much more chunky yarn, so this is only going to be a few rows of double crochet as opposed to this one, which is a much finer yarn, so there's more rows in order to get to that measurement. And then also this one, which is a 5 yarn, there are a little bit less because it's not quite as bulky. You can see here the difference. So this one is much chunkier, but it doesn't matter. You can do the exact same thing with a size 6 yarn, a size 5 yarn, or a size 4 yarn. It is totally up to you. Really quick, I wanted to show you one more time how to finish up the round, in case that was confusing before. So you're going to finish up here. This is our last stitch. We're doing a round of double crochet stitches. And then you can see here is the first double crochet stitch that we did. This was the turning chain. So what we're going to do is just insert the hook into the top of that first stitch and slip stitch, and then that creates a nice and neat join. Then we'll chain 1 and double crochet. So once I finish this round of double crochet, I'll be at my 5 inches. So I've got one more round of double crochet to go. All right, so I just finished and I joined my last round of double crochet. Because this yarn is so chunky, we only needed 3 double crochet rounds in order to get to 5 inches. Again, that's going to be different if you have a thinner yarn. It's all going to work exactly the same. It will just have a different look. It all takes 1 skein of yarn, and your hat should be a rectangle at this point. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to do 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 together. So that's going to look like, I'll put it up on the screen, DC2TOG. Okay, so we're going to start decreasing. That's basically what we're doing. So the first thing we're going to do is double crochet 2 times, 2 consecutive times. So double crochet, okay, and then double crochet in the next stitch. And now we're going to double crochet 2 together. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, 2 loops, yarn over, insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through. So now we have 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through, 2 loops. There's 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. And that is our 2 double crochet 2 together. So it's basically taking 2 and making it 1 stitch. And that's how we're going to decrease so that we have less stitches, and we're going to start bringing in our hat. All right, so we do that same thing again. Double crochet, double crochet in the next stitch, now we're going to do another double crochet 2 together. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops only, yarn over, next stitch, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, 4 loops, yarn over, 2 loops, yarn over, remaining 3 loops. Now finish this going all the way around, 2 double crochet 2 together. Do that all the way around and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so I've done the 1 round with all of my decreases, and we need to do that again. So basically you're going to do the rounds of decreases 2 double crochet 2 double crochet 2 together. until your hat basically fits you, and then I'll tell you how to finish it up. But let's go ahead and finish this up right here. So this is my 2 together. Okay, join our round, slip stitch, chain 1. You can see how it's starting to come in here. So we're going to do that one more time around. And then this hat will be getting close here. Because you can see with just one more round, because this yarn is chunkier, we won't need as many. And I will show you how we finish it up. So go ahead and do the 2 double crochet, 2 together around one more time. So once you get up to the top, you can decide what you want to do based on how large you want your hole to be. This hole is a little bit large still, so I'm just going to do another round of single crochet, but it does fit. So I'll show you that. Okay, so we're going to single crochet just all the way around here really quickly. Okay, so little recap here. Cuff, double crochet until you hit 5 inches. Then you need to do 2 double crochet 2 together, repeat that all the way around until the hat basically fits you. It's come in on the top and you've got a slightly larger circle, but that it's almost done, because then what we're gonna do is do a single crochet at the end. Especially if you have a bulkier yarn and you're worried, you don't have to do that. You can just do another double crochet just in each stitch going around, just to finish up that top and to kind of make it have a little bit more finished look. So like I'm doing a single crochet because this is such a bulky yarn. We're gonna join. And then the last thing I want you to do, you can see this is about how large the diameter of the hat is. We're at about, from the inside, about 3.5, slightly over 3 inches, but it's completely optional. So you're going to insert your hook, yarn over, pull through the loop on your hook. This goes super quick. It just helps create a little bit finished look. See here how it kind of like makes that nice little braid on the edge. So finish that going all the way around. Start back at the beginning where we started. This is where you can cut your yarn, pull that through, and then you're going to want to use your yarn needle to weave in your ends. So go ahead and do that, and then I will come back with a recap. All right, we are done. So we have our worsted weight. This is like a medium weight, much more drapey style yarn, which you can totally do. This will take longer, okay? So if you pick a thinner yarn, it will take you longer, rather than if you take, choose a thicker yarn. You can obviously see there's a lot less stitches. Totally up to you. If you're in a hurry, maybe pick a thicker yarn. But if you like it to be a little bit drapey, a little finer look, then choose a thinner yarn. The instructions are the same. Okay, so recapping, we make our cuff, then we make our double crochet stitches to equal 5 inches. Then you do your decreasing with your 2 consecutive double crochets and then your double crochet 2 together. And you do that until it fits you. And then you finish it off with an optional single crochet stitch, or if the double crochet stitch is working out just fine, like on these thinner ones, I just did a double crochet all the way to the edge. You can see this is a double crochet. And then finish it off with a slip stitch edge just to create that nice finished look. You want your opening to be about between 3 and 4 inches in diameter. Something around there gives the person wearing it a little bit more versatility as they're wearing it. In the description box below the video, you can have the link to the written instructions, which are going to be over at my blog, melaniekhamm.com. And I hope you enjoyed making this hat. Happy stitching!